This is like one of my favorite parts though, because Eggman literally makes it sound like he just died.
Tails acted for the greater good. Let's make sure his sacrifice isn't for nothing.
Bro, it's been 1 second. I know what you're thinking. After 22 years, I finally learned how to do my eyebrows. I know, thank you. It's very impressive, I know. Stop. You need to stop. So, for those of you who don't know, I've been a Sonic fan for a very long time. Technically speaking, I guess since I was 8. But I had only played a Mario and Sonic Olympic game and watched the cartoons. I hadn't played a real Sonic game until I was about 12 or 13. And it was this game. I know, surprising that I stuck around. Because of the movie, there's a lot of new fans. There's a lot of younger fans coming in. And I want to explain where we were at when this game came out. In terms of the games, we've had miss after miss. They're all bad. They all have gimmicks. And the ones that are kind of good, the gimmicks then make them bad. But Sonic, he's doing great. In terms of like music, story, aesthetic, it's just hit after hit. Sonic is his truest self. This is the reason I loved Sonic the Hedgehog. Stories are serious, but they're not too serious to the point where they feel stupid. And Sonic is cool, but he's not obnoxiously trying really hard to be cool. And he's cocky, but he has a right to be cocky because he's actually cool. And then, in the midst of all this garbage, there's hope. There's an objectively good game. Sadly, quality of aesthetic has completely plummeted. But who cares? It's a good game. Except I care because I came to the conclusion probably like a year or two though that I don't think I ever actually liked Sonic for the games themselves. I just liked Sonic the Hedgehog. What's not to like about him? The reason why the quality has dropped is because we're rebooting stuff. We got new voice actors.
No copyright law in the universe is going to stop me!
Which I do like this era of voice actors. We're currently still in that. That's a whole other discussion though. We have new voice actors and new writers. And the new writers seem like they were maybe failed Marvel writers. We could pretty much sum up the writing quality with... He's right behind me, isn't he?
Where are you going?
To find Baldy McNosehair, of course. I'm totally calling him McNosehair.
And that's basically what Sonic is now. From like 2011 to 2018. And then we get Sonic Lost World. And not only is the writing still bad, but the game is bad too. I don't really want to talk about the gameplay though. Honestly, I don't think the game was awful. I just don't really remember it being really fun. I also haven't played it in a really long time and my Wii U is on the verge of death, so I wasn't going to try to boot it up for this. I just want to talk about the story of this game because it's weird. It's like fetish level weird. I'm going to be honest with you. There's some low-key vor in this game. Get the vor out of my Sonic game. We open up with like a very typical Sonic CGI cutscene. This is the only time he's gonna be CGI in this entire game, so you have to enjoy the 5 seconds you see of it. This is one of those games where Eggman is like semi-pretty threatening. Then he drops all of these cute baby animals to their death.
Whoa, that's harsh!
Then he shoots Sonic, and they're about to crash land into the Lost Hex. What is the Lost Hex? We'll never truly know.
That must be the Lost Hex.
Tails knows. He's not gonna explain it though. I like how they did all these slow motion blurry shots to egg the time out of this CGI cutscene. Switching over to non-CGI, Amy and Knuckles are comforting these poor animals whose friends are horrifically kidnapped. I'm glad I finally have a video where I could talk about this, but this is where Amy's character completely changes, and I don't think it changed for the worse, but the change was never explained or shown. She has like a bunch of character development that they never actually told us why she has this. She went from being obsessed with Sonic to liking him but not being obsessed with him, and then in Sonic Frontiers we have that very like defined personality where now it's like we know she is in love with him. That's not like what she's about anymore. She wants to share love with the world. She wants to help people. I love that for her. I like the direction they are taking Amy in. What I don't like is how it just happened. It was just, I love Sonic. I am obsessed with Sonic. and then she's just not. I do think that in taking her obsession with Sonic away, they also took some of her passion. And they could have just gave her that passion, but less about Sonic, but instead they just ripped her of her passion as a whole. Then the animals take Knuckles away and sacrifice him. Sonic does not care, though.
I'm on it!
Back in Eggman's evil lair, which is just a black void, because they couldn't afford to make another set area that was an evil lair. That would have taken too much from the budget. We gotta get that Vor writing in. We meet the Deadly Six. They're kind of like the 7 deadly sins, but there's 6 of them. We just erased a sin. Here's Zaz. He's the tweaking character. He tweaks. He's very flighty. He's kind of supposed to be like Sonic Harley Quinn, but bad. Kind of weird and unsettling. Not like because he's actually written well, which makes me feel weird and unsettled. It's because he wasn't written well, and it kind of feels like he was supposed to be like an ex-substance abuser, but like done badly.
Bring it on and I'll rip it up!
Then Sonic says Baldy McNosehair because at the point in Sonic lore, he had to say it at least once every single game.
Looking for you, Baldy McNosehair. Funny, because I know the perfect spot to kick you.
He could mean his ass. I also think he could mean another spot, which means this is the first Sonic game to confirm genitalia. Back to the millennial writing.
We good to go or what, Tails?
I've built a TV out of paper clips.
Yeah,
And reprogrammed a supercomputer using dishwashing detergent and a toothpick.
I know.
So in the next scene, the reason the Deadly Six are working with Eggman is because he has this funny shell and it like controls them because it like is really painful for them. I don't know why. I'm sure one day, the way the comics are going, they'll start tying some of this together if they haven't already. I don't know. I haven't read the comics yet. I just think it's funny that they gave us this whole new world with like these interesting creatures that have interesting power. We don't know why they exist or who they are or where they came from. I love writing. Why would we go over that when we can watch this guy eat a sandwich? This is the Vor one, by the way. He's just the one where it's like, haha, he's overweight. Everybody laugh. Everyone laugh. This is good writing. This is where we get into like the weird stuff though that I was talking about. Because he just talks a lot about eating Sonic. Like more than I am comfortable with.
Watching him run is making me hungry. I hope he gets here soon. Gobbling me from the hedgehog. After I tenderize him, ow, you're barely a snack. Oh, you're the worst meal ever!
If you have been in this fandom as long as I have, you know, you cannot give them fuel like this. You cannot give the Sonic fans fuel like this. It will make evil things. When Sonic Frontiers came out and Vandalize came out, the theme song by One OK Rock, which is a great song, right? And the clean version is the theme song. But the original version, instead of saying fight the pain away, he says fuck pain away. That has always disgusted me because you can't do that in a song that was meant for Sonic the Hedgehog. You can't say those words. You can't give them that stuff. I think this is a good time to open up about my childhood Sonic the Hedgehog trauma. But when I was like 12 years old, I was looking up the comics because I couldn't afford them because there were like a million. I would just scroll through Google Images. I would piece together stuff that happened through like images of the comics. And I grew up religious. I understood stuff, but I didn't understand them to the full extent. And then that day, due to some Sonic and Shadow fan art, I did find out what oral sex was. Eggman starts using his big funny machine to extract energy from the earth, and we get our second CGI cutscene. They're just gonna use this one like at least 3 times. They play it in reverse at one point. He's getting his funny earth energy, and Orbot starts drinking it, but Orbot doesn't have like a mouth.
Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Baby!
He doesn't want to destroy the land. He just wants some of its power because how is he going to make Eggman land if he destroys the land, you know? Back to Sonic and the sexual tension between him and the sin of gluttony. He got a bigger sandwich and he is choking on it. I like how he gives Sonic this little tap on the head with it. Also, Sonic got upgraded from being eaten as dinner to now he's gonna be eaten as dessert. Eggman complains to the Zetti that he even gave them a sandwich and they still can't destroy Sonic. And I just think that's funny because I like to imagine Eggman with a little cute apron on in his kitchen making those sandwiches for his funny little minions. that he enslaved. So because Sonic's in his arrogant with nothing to back it up era, and he's annoying, he kicks the shell out of Eggman's hand, even though Tails tells him not to, because, you know, he's arrogant and he's Sonic, and he does what he wants. He's cool like that.
That was a mistake.
Whatever. When is it a mistake to take your toys away?
So the Yeti can also control Eggman's mechs through magnetic fields. And, you know, the shell makes sure they can't do that. It harnesses their power.
Oh man, I should have listened to you, Tails.
So now, Sonic and Eggman have to work together because the Zetti are gonna destroy the world. Good job, Sonic. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure there's like an exact scene where they say that.
Well, Sonic punted it away with his typical stupidity.
Get lost, Eggman, and let us get things under control.
So next we get the sin of old age, and from the music they play, they're trying to make it seem like he's Master Oogway. He's not Master Oogway. To show how evil and skilled he is, even though he's old, he puts the sandwich in Zaz's mouth. And I just feel like too many people have choked on this sandwich. I don't need to see this a second time. For some reason, when he fights you though, he's on a giant apple, and I think that's really funny. My best friend Sarah is deathly allergic to apples, so this would kill her. So he would succeed if he was fighting Sarah. I want to know, like, are there stores on the Lost Hex? Because where did he get this bag of donuts? Is there a Dunkin' Donuts there? The Zetti are going to use the funny steal the earth energy machine to make them like really powerful and stuff, but unlike Eggman, who cares about the environment because he wants to rule over the world, they don't. So now we get to play the CGI cutscene again, but it's slightly extended now.
And you just want to go smash it, don't you?
Well, yeah.
Ugh.
But it's what I do.
We'll supply the brawn I need to get past the Zetti.
Oh, and you're asking so nice.
Good one, buddy.
Thanks.
Man up, Tails.
So what's crazy about this is they actually have teamed up before, like multiple times. There was Sonic Adventure 2. I know they don't remember this, but there was Sonic 06. I'm pretty sure I remember watching a video of a guy talking about how like the writers that started writing at this point really didn't know Sonic lore, so that explains why Tails is so appalled by this, even though this has happened several times. So back in Eggman's army base, there's a super dramatic fight scene because Tails is super angry that Sonic doesn't trust him enough to solely turn off the machine by himself without Eggman's help. And again, I just feel like this whole like fight, this whole thing is like pointless because I understand like Tails being like, I've proved myself enough, you should just trust me. But Tails is 8 and Tails is supposed to be like the really smart, steady thinker. Besides when he gets scared, like he doesn't really get angry, he just gets scared. And I feel like considering the whole world could blow up if they turn this machine off wrong, it wouldn't be weird that they would want Eggman to come help turn off his machine.
But the whole world's in danger because I did something stupid. Do you know how much that bites?
Actually, nothing bites more than having to listen to this dreadful conversation.
Eggman!
That was so funny. They're so quirky, they're so edgy. I love Sonic. I really like how in the black void, there's a white void that is the exit door. So this is my favorite segment where I know I'm gonna get the most people being mad at me, but I like to call this Sonic is a misogynist segment. The Sonic fans don't like that word. They get really angry at that word. So this is the girl Zetti. I think she's the sin of envy because she's green. She's also like the flirty, sexy one, so she's also kind of lust. Her and Zavok have like actual good like tension and chemistry. They definitely could have made her more important, but they didn't because they want us to know that we hate her because she is a woman. She hasn't gone out to kill Sonic yet because she's too busy doing her nails. What a woman move, right? I hate women. She's destroying this whole plan with her feminine hobbies. It's disgusting.
I'm gonna need a mani, a pedi, and an avocado facial scrub after this horrible day.
Oh my god, an avocado facial scrub? You care about your skin? You care about yourself? That's disgusting. I hate you. Wait, side note, I love this song. I want to skate around as a Hello Kitty character in a magical ice forest. Anyway, Merry Christmas.
That was cool. Pun entirely intended.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Why is this hologram on the block of ice? So Sonic's misogynistic roots are about to come up.
The last time we met, you ruined my nail art. Now I have to reapply a whole new coat.
Oh my gosh, are you serious? I am so sorry.
Oh, well, in that case.
Oh no, what I meant to say is, I'm so sorry that you have nothing more important to do in life.
Bro really thought he ate with that. I just hate this because it's like, let's make fun of the girl character. Let's make her have feminine hobbies, but she's evil. So her hobbies are like vain, even though they're not. They're like actually pretty normal girl hobbies. And let's harass her for it. You do nail art? That is absolutely disgusting. Get out of this Sonic the Hedgehog game. And why is Sonic so anti-nail art? Like, you know how much Sonic the Hedgehog nail art I see on a daily basis on TikTok? Joke's on you, Sega. I like her. She's basically Raquel, but the Sonic version. Do you know what, like, an honor that is that you made that? Someone make an edit of her and show it to Sega. Then we'll put her in Sonic Cross Racing instead of any of the other ones. A side plot that's been happening is Orbot lost his body, so they've just been lugging his head around and trying to find like ways to fix it or put it on something else. And Tails puts it on a crab bot, and then he becomes evil and tries to attack Tails, and then Eggman in slow motion shields Tails with his body. Tails is sad because he feels useless right now because, you know, they're teaming up with Eggman. He was just trying to help. This is probably exactly why we shouldn't trust you, because you're 8 and you did something like this. And then it's like, why is Eggman being all like buddy with them as if this is gonna lead somewhere? Because plot twist, he does end up betraying them. So it feels like they're trying to be like, look, he's not that much of a bad guy. Oh, joke's on you, he's still evil. It's like, that's just so useless. Like, maybe that would be really shocking if I was like 3 years old. I'm not 3 years old. I'm 22, and I'm still sitting here talking about Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic rushes into something again without listening to Tails, and then Tails gets taken away. This is like one of my favorite parts though, because Eggman literally makes it sound like he just died.
Tails acted for the greater good. Let's make sure his sacrifice isn't for nothing.
Bro, it's been 1 second. Then we get this iconic Sonic line, which I've been hearing this a lot on TikTok.
I'm supposed to be the fastest, but I was too slow to save my buddy.
And I actually thought this was from Sonic Boom. Like, I thought it was from that pilot episode of Sonic Boom. And I do love Sonic Boom, but I feel like the fact that I couldn't tell the difference between this and Sonic Boom really says a lot about the writing of this game. We get to the emo one, but he's more like poser emo. Like, he's more like the type of kid that the other emos would like beat up. I like the way he intimidatingly stares at you during the boss fight. So this part's low-key crazy. The Zetti are opening the capsule, and Tails is just posed up like this. Why is he posed up like this? I realized that the writing in this game low-key just felt like they were trying to rip off Kung Fu Panda, like 7 years after Kung Fu Panda came out. Because this one is just Master Oogway, and Zavok is just Tai Lung. But like evil Master Oogway, sorry. Master Oogway would never do this. Do you guys think that when they make the 8th Sonic movie that's about Sonic Lost World, they'll get Jack Black to play Zavok? We're getting into the final act of this game, and this scene really just like says everything you need to know about this game.
They're gonna turn Tails into a robot. That's horrible.
Doesn't actually really seem that bothered by it. I feel like Sonic Boom, the pilot episode, did a better job of him being sad that his friend almost died. Like, there was more emotion in that. I just like how he only sounds slightly inconvenient, and there's like the silly quirky music in the background. Then Amy and Knuckles just die, I guess.
I never got to say.
Amy! Knuckles!
The weird fetish one is aggressively eating over Tails as he's tied up like this. They leave the sandwich on the table as they roboticize him for some reason, but because he's so smart, he uses his tail to reprogram the computer with the toothpick.
Not even gonna need the detergent for this one.
Orbot and Cubot die, and then Eggman also dies.
Ooh, my favorite flavor! Mom was right, almost failure!
Where is this coming from? Oh no, Tails is a robot, but he's not a robot, and his eyes can instantly turn to gray to blue on demand. And then we have the final fight scene, and it is literally just like a Super Mario Bros. Wii boss fight. Like, Zavok literally just does the thing where he's like, oh, I'm dead. Never mind, I'm big now. Here's the big reveal. Eggman wasn't dead at all. He was just evil. He planned his death and then snuck away so that Sonic could defeat the Yeti, and then he could go back to his evil schemes. And then we get a boss fight that I remember, like, it was okay. It was just really underwhelming. But now the conflict between Sonic and Tails is instantly resolved. Apparently Tails is so smart that he can do things that Eggman's machine didn't even know they knew how to do, like send the energy back to the Earth. The Earth isn't dead anymore, except maybe like a couple people probably died. Oh, and here's the CGI cutscene again, but now we're playing it in reverse. The game ends with Sonic collapsing into the grass, but it sounds like he hurt himself collapsing. The end. I can't wait to read all of your angry comments about how I am the most awful human being on the planet. And I'm also an awful human being for acknowledging that you're even going to leave a comment like that. But the people that aren't going to leave those comments, I love you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have an amazing day. And I love you so much. Stay safe. A lot of bad Sonic fan art. A lot of vor in there. Watch out.